We all need to cast Wingardium Leviosa on that rock.
Wingardium Leviosa!
See? Told you, it's Leviosa, not Leviosa. Well, it seems our old friend Fuzzlebob struck again. This time he sent us what he describes as the worst games he owns. Boy, thanks, Fuzzlebob. Although in that box, you also had Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, which, I mean, I might be a little biased in this, but there's no way this is one of the worst games you own. This game's, I like this game, all right? For reasons that are very pretty.
Are you trying to burn yourselves?
So obviously, the game's based on Goblet of Fire, which is the fourth book, and more importantly, the fourth movie in the Harry Potter series. For the unfamiliar, Harry Potter is about a student at this magic school. This student happens to be the most skilled in the entire class, but there's something even more special about this particular student. She has great hair. Oh, and she also has a friend named Harry. So you start the game by choosing your character. Although, for some of us, choosing probably isn't the right word. Either way, the other two come along as AI helpers. So from there, you take your Fellowship of the Bling Ring through a bunch of levels inspired by the films. Places like Hogwarts, the Forbidden Forest. The game even starts with the campsite at the Quidditch World Cup.
What are those things?
Dust bugs! It's fine!
So, if you're a Potter fan, there's definitely a lot of faces and places you'll recognize, which is great, but the game's attachment to the series is really only skin deep. If you want a game that has cool spell-casting mechanics, or includes the social element of being at Hogwarts, you're gonna be real disappointed with Goblet of Fire. Now, this is basically just a hack and slash with wands.
Wingardium Leviosa!
Fortunately, though, it is a pretty good one, if you don't mind simplicity, that is. Levels are actually pretty big. It's kind of like Mario 64 in that they have multiple stars to find, or in this case, magical shields. And the more you get, the more stages unlock, the more there is to do. But of course, everything is kind of linear and spelled out for you. And that's where the simplicity comes in. This is clearly a game for young players, trading the freedom of prior Potter games for something more streamlined. And that also applies to the gameplay, in fact. You don't get to choose your spells or anything, they switch as needed. You just kind of button mash. But again, your taste for simplicity pending, this is actually a solid film tie-in. Now the graphics are very 2005-erific, which is to say blurry textures, muddy colors, but for the time and platform, this is a pretty good-looking game. And occasionally it's very good-looking. And the graphics are nice too. There's freaking particle effects. Another cool feature is the game's use of magic cards, which actually provide a little depth. You unlock them during the game, and then you can apply them to their specific characters between levels. Like this one. This one increases the power of Hermione's Accio spell. Increases the power of my Accio spell. God, I love her.
Wingardium Leviosa!
Look, I'm not going to tell you this is some great game. It's simple, it's repetitive, the camera kind of sucks. But you know what? As movie games go, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire is actually pretty good. I'm not just saying that because I like magic.